how are we going to do this? How do we do this? Well, number one, you have to be intentional about doing it. And so I've provided you with a canvas. The second handout you should have should be a canvas. It's called the House of Prayer Canvas. As Christians, we're often too passive when it comes to spiritual matters. And so I've designed this for us to be more purposeful, for us to be intentional, for us to be deliberate, for us to be proactive in making our churches houses of prayer. And so the House of Prayer Canvas, it is a visual summary as well as a tool. Let's look at the summary first, and then I'll show you the actual tool. So if you look at the House of Prayer Canvas, you will see the four corners. It has prerequisites for change. The bottom, it has opportunities for change. The top, threats to progress, and then constraints to our progress. At the center, all the components that we just talked about, all seven of them are listed here. All right, you see them? In the center of this canvas is the vision. Again, everything begins with what? The vision. It begins with having that vision that, oh my goodness, if I pray, God is going to do what? He's going to move on my behalf. And you begin to cast that vision. There are prerequisites that must be in place. We know what prereqs are. Number one, spiritual robbers must be removed from your church. How are you going to do that? Through prayer. Don't go making any lists. Through prayer. Secondly, you have to be of the mindset that I'm going to try again. If for some reason you have to walk away, one of the prereqs said that if you're going to make God's house a house of prayer, you have to be willing to try it again. You're going to be attacked. You're going to face distractions. You may have to walk away, but you have to be willing to try it again. And then the final prerequisite is the proclamation. If you don't purpose in your heart that you're going to make his house a house of prayer and proclaim it, it's not going to happen. It will not happen. So those are the prerequisites for change. Opportunities for growth and change. Again, the proclamation. You got to do it. And then there is fruitful ministries. If you don't implement fruitful ministries, you're not going to see the changes that are necessary. Here's those threats. What are the threats to progress? These are the things that will actually stand in your way and prevent you from being able to move forward. What are those things? Again, spiritual robbers and the attacks and distractions. And then finally, on this side here, the right side, we see what are called constraints to progress. Again, the distractions, having to walk away and not implementing fruitful ministries. You will also notice in your handouts that in each of those boxes, there's a list of questions. And so if you're going to implement this and implement it correctly, your prayer coordinator, your pastor, the elders, you have to get one of these posters, put them up in your war room. You know what a war room is? A room where you strategize and begin to say, how are we going to do this? And there are questions. We're not going to go through them this afternoon. But there are questions in each of these boxes that you must be able to answer honestly as a church to begin to move your church forward into becoming a house of prayer.